Ladies and gentlemen, you have finally done it. After all the badgering, I am finally here with another success story video for you. Now, today's success story I am super excited about for a number of reasons. The first one, this is the kind of success story that I think many of you are going to find comfort and security in. The second one, as far as success stories go, from my view as the client working with someone, this pretty much came out of nowhere. I was not expecting to read their email and have such a positive success email, but it came. So this is kind of that evidence, I suppose, that instant or quick manifestations really can happen once you put in the work. And the third and final thing is it was a success story that came from some of my newer services. So it's proof that they do work. So if any of you are umming and ahhing about whether or not to sign up, this is your sign that it would be a great idea. Now, what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be reading the initial success email that they sent me. Then I'm going to explain a little bit about what we did together, the sort of processes that we went about, what we worked on. And then if the video isn't too long, I'll read some of their other emails, because since their initial success email, it's just been email after email after email with floods of new and amazing evidence and success of their newfound relationship, which is super exciting. Now, the individual has been kind enough to allow me to use the success story as long as I keep it anonymous. So I am going to be reading it anonymously and taking out anything that could be sort of too personal, or someone might sit there and go, that's actually my story, just in case the specific person comes across my channel for whatever reason. Now, I have had a skim through, obviously, to sort of freshen my mind up for this video, but the way the email is worded is a little bit jumpy, so there might be parts where I sort of trip over myself. So just be patient with that. But the email starts as such: "Thank you so much, I love it." And that is in reference to a script that I sent them, obviously, the day before. "I don't know what has happened, but yesterday he finally reached out and we talked most of the time. He was even saying to his friends, I'm on the phone with my girlfriend." So he was saying that he was on the phone with his girlfriend. "And we chatted almost all night, laughing and joking, even with his friends. And he was even getting jealous his friends was excited to meet me when I come into town next week. And specific person said he can't wait to see me and hug me and just cuddle together. And he said he's going to make plans for us and he is making my favorite food. Then he called me at 7 a.m. the morning after, and I was like, what? So it felt really good. Even if he was enjoying drinks with his friends, maybe a little bit too much the night before, it was nice to laugh and enjoy. He said this morning that last night, if he had the availability to do so, he would have traveled to come see her. So I'm trying, or come see me, obviously me seeing her. So I'm trying to stay in the positive and robotic, affirming our relationship has always been perfect and he is madly in love with me." And then an additional thing, little extra side note, he was talking to his mum when I called him, and he said his mum said to tell me hi. This was after months ago she did not want anything to do with me, or she did not want to know anything about me anymore. Sorry, I got that quite a little bit wrong. "I affirmed his whole family loves me, and I forgot that I affirmed that." And then, "Okay, I'll let you go for now. I feel you are really good at your manifestation to help people, and stuff just happens. It helps us to see this is working no matter what. Next week, I will spend a nice vacation with my love. Thank you again. You're amazing, client." So, as you can tell, extremely positive success story. Not only do they have pretty much a complete 180 from their person, which I'll obviously explain in a minute, but also from the mother seems to have turned around a little bit as well, which is pretty much every person's dream. They want their person as well as their person's family to support. Now, a little bit of backstory, again, trying to keep this as anonymous as possible. They were essentially kind of in a hot and cold behavior sort of situation. There was distance between them, which made it difficult, and the specific person was not really too keen on the idea of closing the distance. And even when in conversation, sometimes he'd be like, yeah, maybe I'll think about it, and other times he wouldn't. And it was just sort of typical hot and cold behavior. Some days he was sort of there, some days he wasn't, sorts of things. Now, this went on for a little while, but there was also a specific event where something had happened, again, keeping it anonymous, but something had happened and the client felt a little bit concerned about something and therefore reached out to some individuals in the specific person's life to just basically talk to them about it. That made a big negative impact toward the specific person, and the specific person's surrounding people was not happy about it, felt like it was encroaching a little bit, and was overall not providing the positive response that maybe one would think that it would when someone cares about someone. So that obviously caused a little bit of a problem for my client. Now, the client and I, we worked together in numerous different ways. We did a little bit of Instagram sort of DMing, We did the 10-minute calls that are available on the Gold membership, and I also did the scripting service for them. In our calls, essentially we worked on the idea of being okay with any kind of thoughts and negative feelings that come up and choosing a new focus. Pretty much what I talk about in all of my videos. So I essentially said to her that what comes up isn't what matters, it's where you take it. And I essentially said that what you should need to do when something negative does come up in your 3D, whether it's a circumstance, whether it's a thought, whatever it is, learn to do something that I like to refer to as damage control. You've already had that negative thing come up. It is what it is. What matters is where you take it, like I say in all of my videos. So I essentially recommended breath work and sort of calming exercises, doing things to help calm an individual down, and then once calm, choosing your new story. Because your subconscious mind relies on the dominancy of your stories, if you can catch whatever has come up and sort of feed it down a new and desirable route, you are going to aid in creating the dominancy behind that story. And as her email even says as well, let me find it. I affirmed his whole family loves me, and she forgot that she affirmed that. But also she was trying to stay positive and robotically affirming that the relationship has always been perfect. So focusing on the idea of the situation that sort of kind of blew up in her face a little bit, doesn't matter, the relationship's always been perfect. The fact that there was some hot and cold behavior, doesn't matter, because the relationship has always been perfect. So we had 2 of the 10-minute calls, and in those calls, it essentially was a little bit of a pick-me-up, as well as a bit of reassurance, as well as reminding her of the process. What comes up isn't what matters, it is where you take it. When you have a negative thought or a negative 3D circumstance that comes to mind or shows itself to you, your choice is to go, okay, I see what's come up. I'm going to deal with those feelings if there are sort of residual feelings that have come up. I'm going to breathe through it. I recommended breathing through, but some people like music, some people like exercise. I'm going to do something that gets me to a more level playing field, and then I'm going to choose my new and desirable story. And upon doing so, the individual obviously took the advice on board, carried on with her robotic affirmations, and stayed consistent with it, which is the most important factor. The consistency will always be key. And on top of that, what I did to help her was I did my scripting service, which is where I essentially script for you and send it to you for the duration of the days, as well as keep you and your desire in my mind. So she did a few days, maybe about 2 weeks, give or take, and of consistent help, and that obviously made a very big impact for her. Now, I can't remember exactly how long she was manifesting her specific person for, but the duration of us working together was only about a month and a half, maybe 2 months. We did 2 of the 10-minute calls, which are on a monthly basis, so a maximum of 2 months. But I can't remember how long she was doing the stuff beforehand. All the information is on my Instagram, which is on my phone, which is a bit of a pain because I can't then pull it up because the emails are only in relation to the scripting service. But essentially, 2 months of us working together, 2 10-minute calls, some Instagram messages where I just kind of gave her a bit of a reassurance and, hey, don't worry about what's coming up. Remember your power. Remember you're the queen of your reality. Remember to reside within the end space. If something comes up, it's not what matters. It's where you take it. And upon those messages, those phone calls, she chose to focus on the robotic affirmations of the relationship always being how she wants it to be. And lo and behold, that cold behavior turned into extremely hot behavior, as you can see just from that message alone, telling his friends that she's his girlfriend, talking to his mum about her, saying that he would travel to her, despite the fact that he wasn't too keen on the long distance relationship. So it's a complete 180, a complete and total 180, just by making use of robotic affirmations, just by making use of my scripting service, and just by choosing to be consistent in that new story. Now, like I said, this did pretty much come out of nowhere. Let me see if I can find the email beforehand. Literally, the email beforehand, which was 2 days before that success story, was, thank you so much, Matthew. Thank you so much for your kind patience you have. And then I'm going to get it. I know I just got to persist. And then gave a little bit of a personal sort of example of something else that persists. I'm going to leave that out. And then says, and I won't give up until I give in. I think she means until I get it. I think that's what that's meant to be saying. But that was literally 2 days beforehand. She was saying, I won't give up until I get it. I'm going to persist, thanking me for my patience with working with her. and boom, the next email I received from her was that lovely email. So as you can see, just from the email chain alone, it pretty much comes out of left field. But let me see, because we've only been going for about 10 minutes, so maybe I'll read the next email. So the next one that she says after my, congratulations, great job, you really deserve this email, because she did, and so do all of you. If you have something that you truly desire, you honestly deserve it, and if you put in the work, you will get it. But the next one says, thank you so much. Without your support and help, I don't know where I'd be, and I'm really going to be determined to stay persistent and stay out of the negative. And then says, and yes, you can use my story, definitely. And then the part that they say underneath that is, and this morning I woke up to 8 missed calls from him calling at night, and then sent me a screenshot of the calls, and it is literally 12 a.m., 12:53 a.m., 12:56 a.m., 1:36 a.m., 1:51 a.m. So pretty persistent in trying to get her attention. So all in all, this, in my opinion, is an absolutely lovely success story, and I don't doubt that going forward, because like I say, there's more emails from her that are even better than that. But going forward, this individual is going to have the most amazing relationship with their person, is having the most amazing relationship with their person, and I'm really happy for her. I really am, because obviously everybody comes to me needing a bit of help. That's why you choose to come to me. But this was an individual that was a little bit shaken up, a little bit unsure what to do, really didn't know where to go, and that's what came from it. A lovely relationship, lovely success story. So if you are at this current moment in time sitting there thinking like your situation is hopeless, it's not. Trust me. Your situation may not be the same as this, but manifestation is the fact of residing within a state of you having your desire so that it can come. It's not you can reside within certain desires and certain ones will come. It's reside within your desire and it will come. If this person could do it, if I could manifest Katie, and if plenty of the other people that I do have success stories of that I'm just sort of waiting for the right times to post can do it, you can too. And of course, if you do need my help, just like this person did to get your success, I have the 10-minute calls on the Gold membership, which this individual has found extremely successful. The scripting service, which plenty of other people have found extremely successful as well. There's success stories that I keep posting up on my Instagram. Or just straight up standard video call or email coaching. I do have all of those things available for you, and they are available down below in the description, either on the link tree or in the description itself. So I highly recommend you check it out. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope this has given you guys the confidence, the clarity, the reassurance going forward that if this person can do it, so can you, because that's absolutely the case. I really look forward to seeing any of you who choose to come to me for some help. For those of you who have just enjoyed this video, why don't we comment down below, congratulations to this person. Just give them that boost to say, great job for sticking at it. Check this playlist up here if you want more specific content, and I will see you lovely people in the next one. Bye-bye.